There's so much more to talk about.
The liberal point of view, a radical leftist point of view in the media. Are you an objective journalist? I wish you would at least be honest in your own biases. Are you a member of the BBC purports to be an objective down-the-middle network? It obviously is not. It never has been. Why don't you just say that you're on the left? Is this so hard for you? Why can't you just be honest?
Mr.
Seriously,
Shapiro,
it's a serious question.
Mr. Shapiro, if you only knew how ridiculous that statement is, you wouldn't have said it. So let's move on.
Ben also applies this brainwashed liberal idea to Hollywood in a book he wrote in 2011 called Primetime Propaganda, the true Hollywood story of how the left took over your TV. Snappy title, Ben. Now, Hollywood is very liberal, predominantly so. But there are also a surprising amount of celebrities who are conservatives, like some big and influential ones. Adam Sandler donated to Giuliani. Arnold Schwarzenegger went sledding with George H.W. Bush once. Also, he was the Republican governor of an entire state. His career has been just fine. And I need to point this out, because the thesis to Ben's book rests on a pretty hilarious anecdote right in his introduction, like some kind of dark origin story. Are you ready? Ben tried to become a writer in Hollywood.
It was more of a dramedy. It was based on Harvard Law School. It was a dramedy. I've written a couple comedies, kind of hour-long dramedies for, spec script.
And have they been bought?
No.
Boy, I don't want to be mean about this, but if anyone can give me a copy of those dramedies, I will do whatever to you. His taste is terrible. Like, I know we're talking a lot about this, we're taking up a lot of time, this video's really long, and art is subjective, and I said I wouldn't take low blows, but
Ben Shapiro with Reality Check. A couple of weeks ago, HBO's Bill Maher got into it with the Islamic expert and horrifyingly mediocre actor who should never, ever, 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 ever play Batman, Ben Affleck, over whether Islam...
In that Muslim video about the existential threat of scary Muslims that couldn't possibly have influenced someone to kill Muslims, in that video, he takes this weird jab at John Lennon's Imagine, and then, this is unimportant, but there's another long clip of Ben from a different thing, complaining about John Lennon's Imagine for more than a few minutes. And I'm not going to play any of it or the whole thing, it's long and it's weird, but he talks about how, like, the living for today line is evil, and you have to plan for your future, and just the whole thing is super fucking dorky. And then he says
it's put over this kind of pretentious, these long pretentious piano chords.
And
pretentious piano chords to it.
The chords are C and F, Ben. Most songs are those chords, Ben. You play music. You know it's C and F. And do we have a clip of something musical and pretentious? No. Do we have a clip of the chords from Imagine?
Pretentious Marxist chords!
Writing a humble song with the most basic chord structure imaginable, and it becoming the biggest hit of your solo career and a cultural touchstone is literally the opposite of pretentious. Did you get beat up in high school by someone in a John Lennon shirt or something? Anyway, okay, Ben's pilot never amounted to anything, but Ben's not bitter about it. He wrote an entire book about how liberals are keeping conservatives out of Hollywood with leftist propaganda, like how guns rule and socialism is stupid and the EPA is dickless. But he's not bitter about it.
That wasn't the point of the book, but,
That interview, by the way, is amazing. It appears to be on some kind of like public access library show and is hosted by a sweet old lady who, much like that guy on the BBC, just has absolutely no time for Ben's horse shit and slowly allows him to dunk on himself several times.
Well, let me say, I've yet to know of too many conservatives, which is where you put yourself, who are funny. I mean, it has to do with a humor that is transferable to everyday living.
I mean, I utterly disagree with that. I think there can be conservatives who are funny. Liberals may not find them funny.
All right.
Ann Coulter, for conservatives, is funny.
Yes, who can forget those early videos of Ann Coulter killing it at the Comedy Cellar, having drinks with Todd Barry and Patton Oswalt, joking about, well, as we've already discussed, probably Jews, Ben. Anyway, got any other comedians to list for us?
Bill Cosby is relatively conservative.
What a perfect moment in time. I want to paint it and hang it up in my dining room. Wow, what a clip that was from the show. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe to this channel as well as our other channel where the full episodes are. It's called Some More News. This is called Some More News Clips, which you know because you just watched it. Anyway,